Cheers to Connie's kids.
Yes.
Okay.
I like him to this day.
I mean, what happened that night from your perspective? Look where I'm at now. I just shot this thing, almost killed him. Why did y'all never come get me?
Yo, bro, I done had 1,000 summer league games. You ain't been in none of them.
Right. I owe you money. I owe you money. I owe you money. I owe you money. Right now to this day.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that, bro.
The same reason why I didn't tell my mother when it happened is the same reason why I didn't tell her when I did tell her.
I'm trying to get a starting spot on the team. Like, I can't get nobody home if I don't got no friends. Like, I don't really know nobody. I gotta run myself. Like, it was a lot. Like, coming from a place where I always had a big family.
I felt like Shane was the favorite, and nobody liked me. So I'm going outside.
Just to speak specifically on that dynamic, I carried that anger and abandonment all the way until I went to prison.
I'm not saying that, Mocha. I never said that. It's just the fact that
On the highway of life.
Mandatory that you pay the tolls.
Welcome, everyone. My name is Shane Anthony. This is the Thinking Out Loudly podcast. I don't know if you're a first-time listener or a returning listener. Usually I start off by just stating affirmations, how I feel, where I'm at mentally, emotionally. But this go around, I'm going to do it a little different. I brought my siblings with me. Today we're going to be talking about our childhood, our parents, what they taught us growing up, what they didn't teach us, childhood traumas, and just digging into all of that. Again, my name is Shane Anthony. Welcome to the Thinking Out Loudly podcast. And I will pass it to my siblings so they can introduce themselves.
So, my name is Charmaine. I am the oldest, of 5. And that's what it is. Go ahead.
I am Doug Herring. I am the oldest male of the 5. I am the middle child.
I am Candace, aka Mocha Latte. I am the youngest daughter, second sister, whatever you may call it. I'm me.
How y'all doing? Nate Sean, last hope, last dope, you know what I'm saying? I'm the youngest, the most spoiled, as they would say. We're gonna get into all that.
All right, so we can kick this off by just, how's everybody feeling today?
Good, excited, nervous.
Anxious, bro. What you mean? I'm scared.
You're the only scared one.
I know. Mocha, you not scared?
I'm nervous, but I'm excited too. It's just different.
What about you?
I'm great. I'm interested to see what's going to happen.
I guess in fact, I'm a little curious to see where this is gonna go.
I'm curious to see how
Look,
much.
I'm going to sip to that.
Sip.
Sip to this one.
You know what? Nah, before we get to your first question, that's what we...
Okay.
Yeah.
Cheers to Connie's kids.
Yes.
Okay.
So we can start this off by basically going into each other's individual experiences growing up in our household.
As far as
this, whatever your individual experience was, because, we all grew up in the same house, but we didn't all necessarily go through the same things or experience the same emotions. So personally, for you, how did you feel growing up?
let me start because I'm the oldest.
Okay.
So, again, I'm the oldest, so I was more responsible for all of us. I got the most beatings.
Negative.
That's debatable.
That's very
That is-
debatable.
All right,
Very
all right, all
debatable.
right.
Go ahead.
I had the most responsibility to make sure, while our parents weren't there, I was like the mom, so that was my responsibility with all 5 of us and sometimes 10 of us
Right.
with the extended family. But, yeah, it was rough. They was bad as fuck. Y'all all was bad. So, yeah, I had a lot on my hands dealing with Yeah, stress.
I mean, so you feel like you had to be like the third parent?
Yes, of course. I was a third parent. I had to make sure you guys showered, came home, did your homework, did your chores, made sure dinner was done, made sure the dinner was done, and everything was taken care of before our parents got back, before we got in trouble.
Right, 'cause mommy came through that door.
Stuff wasn't done.
What?
Right.
Raising hell.
Right.
Charmaine, why didn't the kids do this? Oh, fuck. Like, I don't know. They just don't listen. That was my answer to a lot of things. They don't listen to me. They don't listen. But yeah, that was.
So like it was your responsibility to make sure everything was done in the house.
Oh, yes,
Right.
of course.
So, looking back at it, you feel like how would you change it? How you approached it, or how could you have done better?
I could have done better, a lot better.
That's a great question.
I could have done better. I didn't really know how to lead, so that was kind of like a issue. I just went off what am I supposed to say? What you want me to tell him? I would call her plenty of times, Ma. So Shane didn't do this. Shane didn't do that. What you want me to say? You tell Shane I said, and I had to say it the same way she said it.
Right.
Mommy said, you don't get your ass in that kitchen, she's gonna fuck you up. And that's what that was. So I was just I was
A
just
vessel.
yes.
You were a mouthpiece.
Yes.
That's what it sounds
for
like.
what Mommy wanted to tell y'all while she was at work. But as far as what I would change, I don't feel like I should have had so much responsibility for all of us. Like,
You said
Right.
you feel like that was fair? Like,
no, it wasn't fair. I didn't like y'all, especially
Right.
Nashawn. Nashawn was a spoiled one. He had to have his hot dog a certain way. It couldn't come off the bun. He would cry.
part. Oh my
Doug did the
God,
same
boy.
thing.
That
Like,
boy.
Right.
Now I'm mad.
yeah, right now you're mad, right? It was a lot.
Not the glizzy.
You couldn't boil it too much where it's split
Split
open.
open. If
it's
the hot dog
it's a
split
wrap.
open, he
don't
didn't want it. No, look at it. Yeah, so it just was like, I wish I didn't have so much responsibility being so young. And I was doing that at like, sheesh. I think I can honestly say I remember doing this at like 4th, 5th grade. Where
Yeah.
where Mommy used
I
to
remember
leave us
that
for
too, yeah.
days.
Me and Doug.
Yeah. Mommy used to, Nashawn wasn't born.
Yeah.
But all 4 of us, the older ones, she used to leave us for days playing cards. I used to wake up in the morning, make sure we ate breakfast, everything. Like I was a mom.
Right.
When we got poison ivy, remember? It was some of us that got poison ivy. I had to call the other aunt like,
That was a joint on the arterial.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We used
we
to
got
watch
poison
Ninja
ivy. We didn't know
Turtles
what
every
it
fucking
was.
Yeah,
We just was
yeah.
all itching and scratching. My mom was going for like, Uncle Tim was supposed to be watching us. He got goes real quick. I don't know
Yeah.
where he went to. But I had to call my Aunt Darlene. Like, Aunt Darlene, we itchy. Something's going on. And she came in. I don't know exactly who came and picked us up, but they came and picked us up and took it to her house and put all that pink stuff all over us.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was rough. Definitely was rough. For me, at least.
Yeah, I definitely remember you. For me, like always thinking like Charmaine is so mean. You know what I'm saying? Like you're
had to
you're
say what Mommy
literally
said.
literally exactly, but I never understood that perspective. I never understood that. You know what I'm saying? For me, it's just like, why is she always so fucking mad?
Facts.
But in all reality, like you're just speaking for our mother and stepping into her duty. But I never knew that.
I mean, I think because she was translating their messages, at the end of the day, like, she emulated them.
Yeah.
We feel like they was mad all the time. Like,
Not so much Nate. It was more our mother. Seemed like
You don't
she
think
was
Nate was
always.
mean?
Not really. I think Nate was really more the enforcer.
Yeah.
He didn't really say much. He didn't really do much. But
Yeah.
if mommy said get him,
It's like if you knew you how you talking to my dad, you already knew.
Yeah,
Mommy
you
was
knew where it
already
was
up
going.
to
No
here.
return. Like,
Right.
Yeah, mommy was already
Right.
up to here with it, and it's like, Nate, get him. Because
Right.
if I get him, it's gonna be the worst.
Right.
Not knowing that he could be the worst, and that
Right.
she's gonna be stopping him.
Right.
Yeah.
How was it for
Well-
you, Doug?
Childhood, looking back at it now, I was on my own. I wouldn't know if I was out. Like, I'm cool. I felt like, well, he younger, so he was always spoiled. But I felt like Shane was the favorite, and nobody liked me. So I'm going outside.
You were always outside.
I'm outside.
He was an
Yeah.
outside
Like, why?
kid. He was an outside
That's-
kid.
but that's
Always
where I
smelled
was-
like outside.
Right.
Boy, you smell like outside. Go to the
Right.
shower.
Right.
That's where I felt like I was accepted. So I'm out of here. Like, I was introverted, so I ain't talk about myself, like whatever, but I ain't talk to mommy. I resented Nate because I wanted to be around my father.
Man, I felt
Like-
that.
Yeah.
I felt
Yeah.
that.
So, we in the crib or whatever. If it wasn't Shane, I'm out of here. Like, I'm going with people who gonna accept me and where I feel comfortable. Gone. And that was the basketball court. But
And you
well,
felt
at
like
that
that-
time I played football too, but still.
You felt like that when you was little, younger.
I felt like that until when we had that where was mommy living at? We had that whole conversation with Shanice and all of that in the crib.
Ooh,
That was
seriously.
Hammersley. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a.
I
yeah,
felt
serious
like that
one.
for years.
So all through college and all that.
All right, so I'll say through high school then. College, I didn't really feel like that at all, honestly.
Why?
At that point, everybody really was building their own lives. We all was together damn near every day. It felt, I don't know, I felt differently. Maybe I felt a little more secure in myself,
Right.
where I didn't feel like, I wasn't necessarily looking for acceptance or like affirmations and all of that type of shit. I kind of found it in myself, in my relationship, whatever the case may be, or through college and the accolades that I was trying to build, so I can just appreciate the relationships that we had as a kid. When you're younger, like, you're just looking for something else. I felt like I never found it, or pretty much. So I was out, and I found it in the hood, playing sports. That's what everybody gave me.
Right. I mean, do you feel like college helped you, being in that space and making the circle of friends that you made? Do you feel like you found more of your identity and it gave you that confidence to?
Yeah. I was on my own. Like, when I left high school, it was me. Figure it out. But nobody know you.
Right.
You can build and do as you want. So as I started to, I really got to find myself and be around a bunch of different people. And you gotta find strength in yourself. Figure it out. And I met people from our area who didn't know me, but from there, we started to build something. And to them, I was an alpha,
Right.
which I never felt like as a kid. Even in high school, I didn't feel like that. But when I got to college, that's how I was viewed. So I started to try to step into that role in different areas of my life and continue to build, continue to grow.
So, because you mentioned our father, and me and you share the same dad. So, and you said you resented Nate. So, at what point did you stop? Did you accept Nate as dad and write 6ix9ine off? Like, man, fuck that.
High school, 11th grade, when we went to go live with him. No.
While we were living with him?
Was it that? Yes, actually, yes.
When you lived
Why,
with your
though?
father?
Why, when he actually was there? Because prior to, I mean, everybody knows he wasn't there.
Facts.
But why actually now that he is there and you're actively living with him, now it's like, I don't care anymore.
So prior, while we was young, it wasn't until I could grasp the entire picture that my views really started to change in terms of that, right? So when we was young and we would speak to him, yo, I'm coming to get y'all this weekend.
Right.
But then the weekend come, we
He's
don't
not
get nothing,
there.
whatever.
Right.
All right, cool, no problem. But because Nate was the enforcer, I paid more attention to the resentment as opposed to what he was doing for us
Right.
by being there.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So
right,
then as
right,
I start
right,
to get older, and it's like, all right, so now we in high school, and I'm actually living with you, but I got 5 outfits. Yo, bro, I need a white tee so I can go to school.
Right.
Oh, well, you gotta get a job. For $5? You not serious.
He said that to you?
Swear to God. I was working, when I went to the bed, I was obviously at Summer League all the
Yeah.
time. And I'm like, yo, such and such, whatever, like my phone bill, whatever the case may be. All right, well, do the scores table. I'll give you $5 so you can get it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was a compromise type of shit. And it
Right.
was like, bro, this nigga been doing this shit since
All my life.
I was 5.
Right.
Nate.
All my life.
Like, what is you talking about? So it's like, I started to change my mindset then, and then it's like, we in Poughkeepsie, bro. When I'm a
Right.
senior and I got games, they
You're
driving
not
from the
there.
Burg.
And you're not there.
You 5 minutes down the block, but you not here. So I start to remember childhood and everything that starts to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, bro, I done had 1,000 Summer League games. You ain't been in none of them.
Right.
So now it's like, why did I really, like,
Why did
just
I
because
ever
you was
care?
my father?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
nah, bro. So at that point, it was like, yeah, nah, I don't. And it's only gotten worse since then. We go 2-3 years without talking. How?
Right.
That don't make no sense. Like,
And we got siblings that we don't even know.
at all. So, yeah, probably senior year was not really, like, I wrote him off. And it was crazy because that year was the first time I got a happy birthday from him that I could remember. He came, saw me, and gave me $20. Nigga, I'm 18. What the fuck I'm gonna do with this?
Buy you some McDonald's, nigga.
Like,
Used to love
Used to love
McDonald's.
nah, you wanna know the funny part about
Used to
that
love
though?
McDonald's.
He always got his
I
McDonald's.
did.
Yo.
Until we stayed, I swear to God, we stayed with my father in my grandmother's crib in the bricks.
Mm-hmm. He
This
got
nigga
his
was out
McDonald's
ripping and running, and he brought us a 20-piece McNugget
every time.
day for like
every
2
time.
weeks.
Every time.
Fuck McDonald's, bro. I don't like this shit no more. Like, to this day, I don't eat McDonald's. After that, yo, I don't
Me
want
neither.
that shit, bro.
Me neither.
Like, nah. I don't like, if I do, I have to eat their nuggets, but I don't go to McDonald's. It's very, very, very rare.
Right.
I hate that. I hate McDonald's.
I mean, I think that's an interesting dynamic because I think I felt the same way growing up. Like, I never really noticed Nate for the father presence that he was. I was just so keyed in on that. I want my actual dad here. You know what I'm saying? And when I wrote him off, I carried that, just to speak specifically on that dynamic, I carried that anger and abandonment all the way until I went to prison. It wasn't until I went to prison that I actually processed, like, why am I always so mad? And a lot of it came from the fact that I always wanted my dad there, and the fact that you're right here, but you're not here. You feel what I'm saying? And I think I wrote him off younger when we were living in New Paltz, and it was my birthday was coming up. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get you a bike. I'm like, yeah,
What grade were you
BMX,
in?
BMX bike, huh?
What grade were you in
Newport, he
Newport?
was in
6. I was in 6th
Oh.
grade.
7th.
So he was like, yeah, I'm gonna get you a BMX bike. And I'm like, yeah, get the BMX with the pegs. Like, you know, that's what we was into, you know what I'm saying? Like, so like, yeah, get the BMX with the pegs. And then, you know, he sent it. The box came, I remember. And the bike was Nashawn's size. I gave it to Lassie. It was too small, and I'm like, this nigga's my dad. He don't even know how big I am. This is a little ass bike. I can't ride this. So it was then that I'm like, yo, he's just this nigga ain't shit. Like, he don't give two fucks about me. He can't. And like you said, we got football games, basketball games. I mean, we're right in Newport. You know what I'm saying? We got games all over, but it's like, you're never present. Ever. You don't even call to say hi. You know what I mean? I wrote him off then, but even still then, it was like, I didn't start actively thinking to call Nate dad probably until I came home from prison. Like, why don't I call this nigga dad? Like, he's really my dad. Mm-hmm. He really raised us, all of us. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You guys' father wasn't, I mean, I can't speak specifically, but he didn't seem to really be around like that either. Like, Nate came in and stabilized us because mommy on her own, where would we have been?
Yeah.
Where would we have ended up?
We would have failed.
Doug wouldn't have been a basketball player. He'd have probably been in the streets too.
Facts.
We'd have been right here in Poughkeepsie, one of these other families. Not to say mommy is a bad person, but she was caught up in her own shit. And Nate came along and really like stabilized everything. And provided and
With all
and
of
we
us.
all that's what I'm saying.
All of us. Before
Right.
he even came along.
Right.
Yeah.
But I just think that was an interesting dynamic that you said that you resented him, even though he was just giving his best effort to raise us and give us a solid example. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we can get into that part of it,
Right.
but
I mean, I want to. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Let's go, Mocha.
All right, well, for the most part, I'm always the happy-go-lucky. Hey, guys, family, loving, hugs. Let's do this, let's do that. So I pretty much thought our childhood was good.
Right.
And we was always a family. It was always, as you guys explained, all of us in the household. If it wasn't Kurt and Evan with us and Torian, it was Nadia and Natea. If it wasn't us with y'all, we was with our dad, with Thomas and Mo and everybody else. But for the most part, I figured everything was good. Now that I look into it and what you guys are saying, I could see like where I felt alone because mommy was always working. I think that's why I work so much. I always got 2 or 3 jobs. I'm always working. Leaving my kids at home like mommy did us.
Right.
I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
As far as Nate, when he first came in, like I said, I'm always happy-go-lucky, so I automatically just accepted him. Felt like I was his favorite. Never got to beat him by him. I think he only attempted to beat me once, and he probably felt bad and stopped. Like I think he went bop bop, and it was over. And he hugged me after. So I always connected with him. And as far as my father, I never really wrote my father off. He had his issues and everything, but my father was always my father regardless. So I can't even say at a point in time where I came to accept Nate as a father, because I always think that he's been my father since my mom first met him. I think before he even turned Muslim, because what was on South Cherry?
On the highway.
When mommy
Church
first,
Street.
she tried to put us to bed real quick so
Church
she
Street?
could have
On the
company.
highway.
Church Street.
Yeah.
No,
Church Street.
in the Crook House.
No, Church Street.
Nah, Nate was there.
No, I'm
I
talking
believe,
about
in Church
what
Street.
I remember.
Oh.
Nate was in
This is
Atlanta.
the first moment that
Yeah,
I
we was in
remember
Church
Nate
before
being
that.
around
Yeah.
on South Cherry when
Was
we
he?
lived next
Yeah.
to Stacy.
I was almost in a fourth.
Because I believe we went Virginia Ave and then Atlanta,
No.
if I'm not mistaken.
No.
No, because I was 2nd grade. That's a fact. That was before Catherine Street. I know that.
Yeah, Catherine Street was there.
Sean came about in Atlanta.
Catherine Street.
I
No,
know.
Yeah.
A little bit
Catherine.
after, so it's like,
But I was in Krieger in kindergarten, and Nate was there.
I heard what they said, for everybody that be thinking I be lying, I was born down south.
But yeah, I remember Nate. I don't remember where we lived at when I had to go to
Nashawn
Krieger.
was a baby
I don't
when we
remember.
lived on Catherine Street because you had to tap his butt and try to walk away.
Yeah.
He was baby. And I used to try to creep out the room. Mommy, I don't know where mommy was. I was watching her.
Right.
And I was tapping
Right.
his butt like, please just go to sleep. As soon as you stop and walk away, he wake up. So I know
It
Catherine
was
Street.
before that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like Church Street was before.
Church Street was before yeah, I was in
Yeah.
4th or 5th grade. That's when I ran away. The first time.
But as
So,
far
I
as
remember
writing
that.
him off, I never wrote him off. So I always was connected to him. So, like I said, mommy was always working, gambling, doing what she was doing. So Nate was really the one talking to me when he was picking us up from Step or wherever we was coming from. Don't let them boys get your tuka. Make sure you save your tuka. You know, mommy never said, save your tuka. that word, I don't even know where it came from, but that was like, how old was we? To this day,
He started that when I was
30
in,
years later, me, you, and
8th grade.
Quana, make sure we save these our tuka from
7th
these boys.
Right.
7th grade.
And, you know, when I first got my period, I talked to my mom. Well, I didn't even talk to her. Told her. She was like, okay, well, let's go get you some pads. Put the pad on. Like, it was no explaining, this is what's going on with you. So it's just like, I'm kind of nervous talking to my daughter about that stuff when she's in the age. She's 15 right now. So, but I feel like I have to talk to her. In the new generation that we're in, 2021, I'm an open person. I talk to Kayla like,
Right.
I talk to her.
Yeah.
I don't care about what it is. I'm telling her. So I just feel like I don't know, maybe it's because she didn't talk to me or if it's the new generation or what. But yeah, like I said, I thought we had a good childhood. But when you think about it, there was a lot of loneliness. There's a lot of loneliness. And there was a lot of responsibilities. Sharm didn't only have the responsibilities, okay, guys?
Right.
No,
Because-
you was in that
okay.
kitchen with me getting beatings
Okay.
when we.
Yeah, because I had to help too. And when we had to do 16 bags of laundry for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Curtis, Tori, and Evan, Mommy, Nate,
Yeah.
me and Sharm got dropped off to the laundromat at 6 o'clock in the morning with all the quarters. And then got in trouble because we went to McDonald's to go play in the balls while the clothes was dry and then the clothes didn't all the way dry. Like, Mom, you trying to go play poker real quick. You ain't even teach us how to do the laundry. You just
Right.
dropped us off.
Right.
This goes here, put the fabric detergent in, let it dry, put it da-da-da. She want her towels folded a certain way. My mom, I fold my towels this way because I got in trouble so many times about folding the towels the wrong way.
Yeah,
You do it the long way,
Yeah.
you fold it this way and this way. Like,
That's crazy.
Yeah.
but you didn't tell me how to wash
So-
the laundry.
I mean, do you think you had too much responsibility as well?
Well, I don't think so. I mean, after Sharm and Kurt, it was my responsibility to take care of you guys, but in my heart, I don't think. Yeah, we had to do dishes and clean the house, but that's what I expect of my kids because I'm working 60 hours and I'm doing this and getting you guys this and that. At least when I come home, do the dishes. So then I'm like, all right, this is what my mom expected. We could have at least did the dishes because we want this, and that, and she got to go to work or she got to go gamble. She got to do whatever she got to do to get 10 kids this. So when I'm going to work, my 3 jobs, when I come home, my bathroom, my kitchen better be clean. Y'all want Xbox, PlayStation? My daughter I got a what? What'd you say, Doug? A 6? Kayla got the 12. What's the biggest one? Kayla got the $1,200 phone right now. I don't have that. Kayla gets everything she wants. My kids get everything they want. I work 3 jobs because I see my mom work 3 jobs. I feel like my mom worked her ass off to get us
Right.
what we wanted.
Right.
So I'm gonna work my ass off to get my kids what they want.
Because we definitely was
think-
fly
so, I
as
mean-
fuck.
So do you run your household the same way that she did? Because that's what it sounds like.
To an extent, because if Kayla wanted to go out, we couldn't really never go out. We couldn't really go to parties and stuff. And I am kind of strict with my daughter. I don't let her go out. But now that she's 15 and she's been in the house so much, she's so sheltered, she don't really go out. So it's like points in time where I'm like, Kayla, why don't you call your friends and go out? No, Mommy, there's nothing out there. But when she says to me, Mommy, there's nothing to do out there, that makes me feel like I did my job. Like she knows there's nothing out there. Yeah, you can go walk around with your friends, but what are you guys doing? Going to see boys? No.
Why not?
What?
That's what they do at that age.
do you
No,
mean,
they
what?
don't.
Why not?
What was you doing at 15?
At 15, I was watching you be grown.
Oh, no, she didn't.
And I was scared to
no,
be grown.
she did.
Because if you got caught,
no,
nigga,
she
we was getting our asses whooped. I didn't get grown. Nigga, you had a child at 14. I had a child at 23.
I didn't have one at 14. I had one at 16 and 18.
16. That
well.
definitely wasn't.
Whoa.
Back then, it seemed like it was 14. I still waited
think
till I
you
was
were 14.
23. Still.
I didn't know how old Sean was, but I knew she was young.
Exactly.
Okay.
So-
I remember finding out.
All right, we're not on that part. We're on Mocha.
But I think I kind of protected Kayla more from that because of that. Because I'm not.
Protected her or
Sheltered
sheltered
her.
her from it?
Well, sheltered her from it, but still protected her from it because not like I said, I have had conversations with Kayla. Boys ain't nothing, college is this, da-da-da. Even if you don't go to college, I feel like it's more about networking, knowing who you know, you can always get whatever. But I don't feel like I kept her from anything because if you go to these parties, what are you getting? What are you getting out of these parties? When you go to the parties, what are you getting? You're getting drunk and you're seeing a whole bunch of females that you see on a regular. What am I protect? Like,
We
what
didn't
is?
get drunk.
Or even if you don't, what are you getting out of
We
a
had
party?
a good time with our friends. We
That
was
she
doing
can have on a
double
regular.
C, a
That she can
double
have
C,
on a
like-
regular.
That's what we was doing. We wasn't having sex then.
Okay, I don't want to get too
Them
deep
girls was
into
having
the.
sex.
I don't want to get. I don't.
On the
hold on.
couch.
I don't want to get too deep into the parenting because I did want to touch on that topic
Mm-hmm.
later, but we'll come back to that.